the year 43 AD, the island of Britain stood on the edge of the known world. For centuries, it had been a land of Celtic tribes, each with its own rulers, warriors, and traditions. Across the Channel, however, the most powerful empire on Earth had turned its gaze toward the island. Rome, under the Emperor Claudius, was preparing for conquest. The Romans had attempted to invade before. Nearly 100 years earlier, Julius Caesar had crossed into Britain with his legions. But Claudius wanted more than fleeting glory. He sought to bring the island into the empire once and for all. The reasons for invasion were both political and practical. Britain was rich in resources: grain to feed the armies, metals such as tin and lead, and slaves who could be sold across the empire. Leading a successful invasion would prove his strength as emperor and silence his rivals.
In the spring of 43, a Roman army of 4 legions set sail from Gaul. Tens of thousands of soldiers, supported by cavalry, engineers, and supply ships, braved the uncertain waters of the English Channel. Landing in the southeast, they faced fierce resistance from local tribes. British warriors fought with courage, using chariots and guerrilla tactics. But the discipline and organization of the Roman legions proved overwhelming. Shields locked in tight formation, spears thrust forward, and heavy infantry advanced relentlessly. The early battles set the tone for the campaign. The Romans crushed opposition in the south, forcing tribes to submit or flee. Claudius himself traveled to Britain to join the campaign, bringing with him war elephants to inspire awe and fear. Marching northwards, the legions captured tribal capitals and established fortified bases. Londinium, a modest crossing point on the Thames, quickly grew into a Roman settlement, chosen for its strategic position and river access. Not all tribes resisted. Some sought alliances with Rome, hoping to use imperial power to strengthen their own rule. The emperor rewarded these allies, granting them favor and protection while punishing defiant tribes with ruthless efficiency. Step by step, southern Britain was brought under Roman control. Roads were laid down by the legions, linking forts and supply depots, allowing armies to move swiftly across the land. But conquest was never smooth. The terrain of Britain was challenging. Thick forests, marshes, and unpredictable weather slowed the Roman advance. Celtic warriors knew their lands well, launching ambushes and raids before vanishing into the countryside. The Romans responded by building forts and watchtowers, gradually tightening their grip. Resistance continued, but the momentum of Rome was unstable. Over the following years, governors expanded the conquest. The legions pushed westward into Wales, battling the fierce tribes of the mountains. In the north, they faced the warriors of the Brigantes, and beyond them, the unconquered Picts. Campaigns were brutal, marked by sieges, massacre, and forced submission. Yet with each victory, Rome extended its authority, drawing new lands into the imperial system. The invasion also reshaped Britain itself. Still, beneath the surface, resentment simmered. Forced labor and cultural suppression fueled anger among the Britons. The most famous eruption came 2 decades later, when Boudica, Queen of the Iceni, led a massive revolt against Roman rule. Her armies destroyed towns, burned Londinium, and killed thousands, proving that conquest was never fully secure. Rome ultimately crushed the rebellion, but it revealed the fragility of control on this distant frontier. By the end of the 1st century, much of Britain lay under Roman domination. The invasion launched by Claudius had succeeded where Caesar had failed. The island was now a province of the empire, defended by legions, governed by Roman officials, and tied into the networks of trade and culture that stretched from Africa to the Middle East. Yet the conquest came at a cost. For the native tribes, it meant the loss of independence, the destruction of sacred sites, and the imposition of foreign rule. For Rome, it meant constant expenditure, endless military campaigns, and the challenge of holding a restless land at the empire's edge. The Roman invasion of Britain was not a single event, but a process, a wave of battles, alliances, and gradual assimilation. It began with Claudius's gamble in 43 AD, but its consequences lasted for nearly 4 centuries. Even after the legions departed, the roads, towns, and ruins they left behind bore witness to an age when Rome claimed the island as its own. Life in Britain would never be the same. The invasion changed its people, its landscape, and its destiny, binding a once independent island to the fate of the Roman world.